Hello everyone! Today is March 1st and it is about 60 degrees here in Houston, at least in this part of Houston, Southeast Houston. Can't believe that we are already in March. And what a wonderful way to start this month, March 1st, with these beautiful blooms. This is the first time since 2020 that I get to see these roses blooming so early. Usually the springtime, the blooming didn't start until about mid or towards end of April. However, last year it started earlier as well. Our spring bloom started in around mid April. And this year is even earlier, although the weather has been kind of odd because in January, right, it's kind of cold and then warm, and then at night it's colder. During the day it's warmer. So the new growths have been sprouting everywhere on these roses. I don't think that they truly got a chance to go dormant or go to sleep like in the northern parts of the country where they have snow and then it stay cold for longer period of time. But in the past 2 years, this year and last year, that's not the case. We used to have our winter here in this part of Texas. It used to be like cold both in January and February and stay really cold. Last year, it's like cold and then hot, cold and then hot. So has been interesting. However, just going to enjoy whatever Mother Nature uh, decides to bring. So if we can enjoy spring early, that means hopefully we'll get to enjoy 2 or 3 flushes of these roses. And this rose right here, if you have been following my channel for a while, you may remember this is April Love Rose. And I didn't really get to prune this one at all. I just pruned it this maybe last week. Just lightly prune it because it has already developed so many buds, and I would hate to have to prune them and get rid of them. Why not let them bloom first, right? Since the weather has been kind of accommodating its growth anyway, so might as well enjoy them. I did get a chance to prune like some dead part, like really light pruning on some canes, and then the rest I just let them be, and will let these open up first, then I will prune. But it's not going to be hard pruning because this one I grow it as a climber. And like I always mention in other video, and in case you are new, this is not a climbing rose. This is April Love that I got from Heirloom Roses back in 2020. It is a shrub rose, but it grows so tall in my climate, and it is just perfect for this corner of my backyard. So I train it as a climber, and it works out beautifully. It has been such a great prolific rose, and if you would like more information, I did a review of this rose back in, I think 2 or 3 years ago as well. Do a review of April Love, which with more information. It is definitely perfect for a hot and humid zone. It grows, it blooms, beautiful. So you can check that out on rosesinhouston.com. And just look how many blooms it has. And roughly, just by looking at this from here, I think it has like 20 or 30 buds, and I'm not kidding you, right? So this right here, we have many that will, I think this will open up in just a few days. And this one, the colors is just gorgeous. I hope, I wish you could see in person. And the fragrance is so strong too. And I did post some photos of it um, in the post section, community section. So this is the first bloom, very first bloom. So when it first opened up, the colors like super intense, right? And this bloom right here is, I think, 3 days old, 3 or 4 days old already. So the colors fade, continues to fade with time and heat. And of course, during the day, some days it goes up to 70, which is not hot, but it is a lot warmer than temperature during the night. So the colors fade a lot more to this color, and that one is going to open up really soon as well. And we have more right here. My goodness. See that? And over there. And I think it is going to open up to show the neighbors on that side too. And now in the middle, we also have many blooms, many buds that will open up, continue to open up. I'm just so excited to be able to see these beautiful roses again. And it didn't feel like, um, it didn't feel as long as in the past, because in December, when they kind of slow down and then stop blooming in January, February, March, that's like almost 3 months and a half or 4 months of not seeing any blooms. But this year, basically, it's about only a month and a half, because it no, they all bloom up until December. So the growing period seems to be long as well, seem longer. And I know a lot of people are concerned that, oh, great, now that the weather is kind of odd again this way, does it mean that the summer is going to arrive early? You know, we just never know with weather, although just don't want to, don't want it to be that way where we get summer heat early and then having to deal with that again. It's not fun, but it's just something that we can't control, right? So we'll just see what the nature brings and roll with it, flow with it, do what we can. So right now, I'm not going to worry about what the summer will be, and just enjoy what it is right now, what nature provides us right now. And how nice it would be if all of them would open up at the same time. And who knows, they may open up at the same time. That would be so pretty. Right now, I still have quite a bit, maybe not a bit, maybe a bit, a lot. That makes sense, of yard maintenance to do with everything that happened in my family last month. That's kind of interrupt my plan as far as doing tax and then doing the yard work and all that, but life happens, right? So I'm just going to go slow. This last month was pretty heavy as far as managing the situation with my mom's sick unexpectedly, and then having to travel overseas, and then trying to get the pruning fertilizing course up, cleaning the yard and all that. So I'm just going to take it one day at a time, do what I can. And as far as the yard work, it just need to do the mulching. Right now I put down cardboard. I don't have enough cardboard, and I don't want to use these weed preventing fabric because really they have not really been helping at all. Weeds still grow through them and over them. It's just not going to work out. So I'm just going to stick with cardboard. Pull weeds first and then lay the cardboard down and then put the mulch over. So I have not been able to get to the mulching yet because there's so much weeds to be pulled. So, and as far as what we have right here, Plum Perfect, it is slowly leafing out, if you can see that. And I prune this one really, really hard. Right now, there's a bud eye everywhere. And in the pruning course, I mentioned it as well, like some roses, you can't even see where like bud eyes are on the stem. And for some of those roses, I just prune the heck out of it, and hey, somehow bud eyes just pop up later. And if you have not pruned yet, it's not too late, and I highly recommend pruning because it will help your rose reset. That's the term I use, reset. And in order for them to bloom more, and also you shape them, clean things up, like in the middle, see how it opens up the rose for air circulation and the growth habits and all that. So that one is Boscobel. This one Desdemona, and I added some flowers and lettuce and things like that. I try to add diversities in my garden. Is something that I like to do because prior to growing roses, I start off with growing herbs and veggies. And with the limited space, I don't have designated area just for roses, so I try to blend them together. And since I don't spray, it to me it feels safe enough to just grow everything together and don't have to worry, okay, if I grow edibles with my ornamental plants, if I spray, not spray, eat those veggies that has spray on it. But since I don't spray, so it doesn't matter, they can be grown together. And this one is Roald Dahl. This one is quite a monster to prune. And this one I demonstrate in my online pruning course as well, how I tackle 15 different roses with different growth habits, so that you get a clear idea of how I do it, because each rose, it has different growth habits, right? Not all of them are the same. And just like humans too, we all have different shapes, size, and all that. So when it comes to roses, they have different characters, they have different form and growth habits. Some roses are more what do I say, more complicated to prune, because it has, maybe some of them have very dense growth habits, some of them are a lot easier to prune. And Roald Dahl is one that is quite challenging to prune, really. And this cane right here, I think I will have to cut this part because it start to have weird colors now. So I'm going to cut this one shortly. And let's see, now I have this one right here is Love Song. Earlier it grew pretty tall and I want to form it. I want it to have a form of a nice shrub because the way that it grew earlier is kind of tall and weird. So I'm just going to, I cut it down in half almost, and hopefully it will form into a more shrub um, shape for this one. But it has grown very nicely. And this area right here, I talked about using the wheat fabric. See that? It just, everything just grows over the wheat fabric. So I'm just going to put down cardboard everywhere and then put mulch again. No more wheat fabric for me. But hey, if you have tried wheat fabrics and they work really well for you, or if you have tips, let me know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to use like thick, super thick one, or not sure what that is. And right here, I have Spirit of Freedom, which has grown so beautifully. Look at this cane right here. Look at the lateral shoots. They are so cute. I even told my husband, look at this cane right here. I just love these little lateral shoots that come up. Aren't they cute? I know it may sound weird, but hey, that's how I feel. Just tiny, tiny little ones. And this cane right here, I didn't train. I didn't really quite train it, except that I tie that one to the bamboo stick right here, and then it grows this way, kind of give it a little bit of support there. So these little lateral shoots will also have hopefully have buds and flowers for us to enjoy. In addition to April Love, y'all, this rose, a Spirit of Freedom, has so many buds. I am just amazed because I have not even fertilized these roses and I don't know where they get their food and energy from. You know what they say about roses, that roses are heavy feeders. Heavy feeders, that means they need a lot of food. They need to be fertilized a whole lot in order to produce. And if you remember, I stopped fertilizing since October of last year. So that has been months. Where do they get the food from? And when I said I did not fertilize, I really mean it. Not like I secretly fertilize and not telling the truth. That wouldn't make sense, right? So it's just crazy how they find the food. Maybe they store the food in there's food in the ground that they manage to find. So that's just interesting to see how nature works sometimes and what we believe to be true, or what we hear the experts or things that people say on their internet, and I'm not saying that they lie or anything, but when you experience things from different scenario, it just makes it so interesting that maybe that's not always the case. Maybe roses can go months without being fed. Hey, that can save us money on fertilizing, right? And today is a beautiful day. It's very cloudy this morning, and now the sun's been out. I think Spirit of Freedom must have at least 30 buds at least. I'm going to go to the back part to show you on the other side. I can get there. Look at that. Oh, this new growth. I did light pruning on this one as well, just like April Love. Not a whole lot because it has a lot of buds. And all these new growths are just beautiful. Look at these buds right here. Ready to bloom. Don't know how big the blooms will get, but we'll find out in a few days. Get this one. And that cane right there. And I have been enjoying pulling weeds. I know it sounds weird because actually before that I just hate pulling weeds. It's not fun, right? But then when you start doing it, it can be therapeutic. So I try to develop my relationship with weeds differently now. Instead of hating it, not wanting to do it, and dread doing it, I'm just, hey, it is therapeutic. It is healing in a way. So this area is somewhat weed free. Yay. And another rose that I want to share with you as part of this update is another climber here next to Spirit of Freedom. This one has been going crazy as well. This one is Sombreuil, if I pronounce it correctly, Sombreuil climber. This is a white climbing rose. Has quite a few buds here. Not a few, a lot. Actually, a lot of new growth. Can't wait to see this one open up. So many new growth. So healthy looking too. The weather is ideal for these blooms. Look at that. Like almost every lateral cane has buds on them, which is so nice. So exciting. So this one has a whole lot of blooms, of buds that will turn into beautiful blooms. Get this cane right here. And that cane is sticking out there, and it has blooms too. It has buds that's ready to open up. So I'm just going to bring that one back. Initially, I was going to just show you April Love, but might as well go ahead and do garden update on as far as what we have. And do you remember Crazy Love? Crazy Love is a very, very, very tall rose. If you look at the old video on my channel, I post a lot about Crazy Love last year, and it has gorgeous, gorgeous bloom during fall as well. So we want to check that out. So this rose right here I included in my course to show you how I prune this one. And hey, if you are in a different zone where it's not time to prune yet, but you are going to have to prune and you are new, I put together a course that show you 15 different roses that I prune in detail, along with how and what I do to fertilize my roses as well, how I freshen up soil to revitalize the soil in the pots and in the raised bed. If that can be helpful to you, you can check out on rosesinhouston.com. Okay, and this Crazy Love right here, it has bud eyes already, the new notes coming out. It has shown new growth already. Exciting. So I pruned these roses. So Earth Angel and Crazy Love and Silas Manor, I pruned it about a few days after um, the other ones, but already have a lot of new growth on this one. And let's see who's here. This is Double Easy Orange, which has a ton of new growth as well. We have my daylilies there and distant drums. Tons of new growth. And as you can see, each rose has different colors when it comes to new growth. Distant drum is the one rose that has super red new growth, right? Other roses, they have green like that. But distant drum is super red. And some people are concerned, especially getting it, thinking about rosette disease or RRD, which has tend to have like red new growth too, but this is completely normal for this rose. So red, but it will slowly turn to green, just like that those leaflets over there. Okay, beautiful growth, and she has already had buds, same as that one. So eager to bloom. And I have a Sparkle and Shine over there, and that one is Pink Peas that has new growth as well. Get Sparkle and Shine. Even on the old canes with cracks and all that, that one, see, it has new growth too. That is amazing. It's truly a beautiful day. I didn't hear any birds chirping yesterday at all. And today the sun's out, the birds out. What a beautiful day. Right here is Belinda's blush, which this one of the first roses that I pruned. This one is so easy to prune because of the structure, and it's not that old yet, so it's a lot easier to prune. Look at that, new growth, beautiful. And I already put down fertilizer. This one right here, Cathedral Bell. Yay, to new growth. This one's kind of reddish too, but not as red as distant drums, right? And also if you already know how to prune, but you want to know what and how I fertilize, I put together a separate just for fertilizing, freshen up the soil, that you can purchase as well. It's an online course that I walk you through as far as what I use in my garden to fertilize during springtime. So you can check that out on the website, rosesinhouston.com. And right over here, we have Princess Charlene de Monaco. This section right here is leafing out beautifully. And we have new growth. This rose is going to get so tall again. Doesn't matter how much I prune pretty hard. And the cane, some cane is like so big and thick. Look at that one, like huge cane. Let's see who else. And these are salvias. So if you are in the south, salvias are great as companions for roses. They come back every time too. And this one has gone through phases in the last 2 or 3 years. And they seems like they're dying, but they come back every year. They multiply. I also, once they have like babies, I move them to different locations of my yard. Like this year, as you can see in some of the roses in the pot. I put 1 or 2 in there. Hopefully that will they will grow nicely and help pollinators like bees and other beneficial insects to attract them to the garden. This beauty right here is Evelyn Rose by David Austin. This one is leaving out nicely too. Look at that. And I pruned this one about more than half because I let it grow as a climber. So I chop it up pretty hard on this one, but it's going to grow back pretty fast, as you can see at this rate. Look at that. And I have two Evelyn's roses. This one is older than the other. This one is on different rootstock. This one is multiflora. Beautiful new growth everywhere. So we already looked at Princess Charlene. And I have my snapdragons. This one is all dressed up, which has nice progress, beautiful progress in terms of new growth. This rose is also tall, so I chop it up pretty hard on this one. All these 3 roses in this raised bed, they are tall, very tall. So I think this is it for March 1st garden update. I'm going to fill that raised bed up with soil because over a period of time, don't know where the soil goes. It's like keeps going down. So I'm going to fill this one up with fresh new soil, mulch the rest of my yard, and hopefully by the next video, it will be weed free, but no guarantee. There may still be some weeds. I'm going to do a little bit at a time. It is a work in progress, right? A garden, it's not something that you do once and then it's done for years. It's like requires ongoing maintenance. And I wanted to share with some of you too that the pressure that we feel or put on ourselves, sometimes it doesn't help. It just makes us feel even heavier as far as having to accomplish this and that on top of everything else going on in our life. So do what you can, be kind to yourself, and let the garden be the place for you to come and relax, not a place for you to come and feel like, oh, there's more work, more stress that you have to deal with. Let it be the hobby that you enjoy, do what you can, and most importantly, be kind to yourself and enjoy your gardening. And I will see you in the next video.